And here's what science has to say about that. This may be depressing. This may be exciting. You know those tests we've read about or seen on TV shows where they drill a hole in the brain and they poke little electrodes and they stimulate different parts of the brain? Do you know, and here I am on a medical campus talking about brain surgery. Do you know what happens when you stimulate the disinhibition center of the brain with an electric probe? There's a reason that you're not speaking right now. One is either because you don't know the answer or because you know that it's a trick question. And it is a trick question because there is no such center of the brain. There is not a disinhibition center of the brain. There is something called disinhibition that all of us have. However, it's not physiological, which is really important to understand because if it's not physiological, it can't be physiologically manipulated. And the physiological manipulation that people want us to believe is that alcohol will physiologically manipulate the disinhibition center of my brain. I will be drunk and I will lose my inhibitions and I will do things that I don't normally do. Here's what it comes down to. If you think alcohol causes you to do blank, I'm going to give you two examples. One's going to sound funny and one's going to be serious. But they're both articulate examples of this. If you think alcohol causes you to sing karaoke, if you think alcohol causes you to commit domestic violence, and you're invested in that thought, when you drink, you're going to sing karaoke and you're going to commit domestic violence. Not because alcohol made you do it, but because you believe that and you're invested in it. That's what has to change for the drug and alcohol affected perpetrator of domestic violence. That's the epicenter of what has to be untangled in that big ball of yarn knot, is we've got to figure out how to get in there and dislodge this belief and this investment. And I use karaoke because it's a good example that's a little more comfortable to talk about for most people. My experience with people who sing karaoke is they're more likely to sing karaoke when they're drunk or sober. I may be talking to a part